Welcome to the Think and Speak podcast, where we explore modern English with clarity and confidence. I'm Emma Collins, and joining me is my co-host, Daniel Miller. Daniel, today's topic is formal greetings. Why is this still such an important skill in modern communication?
Exactly. Many learners think formal greetings are outdated, but in reality, they are essential in workplaces, interviews, and academic settings. Daniel, do you think formal English can still sound natural?
Exactly. Many learners think formal greetings are outdated, but in reality, they're essential in workplaces, interviews, and academic settings. Daniel, do you think formal English can still sound natural?
Absolutely. Modern formal English is about balance, not stiffness.
In today's lesson, we'll show you how to greet people confidently using modern, professional English. You'll learn practical phrases, grammar insights, and real-life examples.
If you want to sound polished and respected, this lesson is for you.
Before we continue, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Think and Speak podcast. Your support helps us create better lessons every week.
Let's begin.
Daniel, many English learners struggle to understand what a formal greeting truly means in modern English. Could you explain how formal greetings differ from casual ones today, especially in professional and academic contexts?
A modern formal greeting is best understood as a context-appropriate linguistic choice, Emma. It is not about sounding distant or robotic. It is about demonstrating respect through language. In grammar, we often describe this as using the correct register, which refers to how formal or informal our language is depending on the situation. Casual greetings like, hey, or what's up, rely on idiomatic expressions and reduced grammatical forms. These are suitable among friends but inappropriate in professional environments. Formal greetings, by contrast, use complete sentence structures, neutral vocabulary, and polite discourse markers. For example, good morning, how are you today? Uses a standard interrogative structure and avoids slang. In academic and workplace settings, formal greetings help establish credibility. Phrases such as, it's a pleasure to meet you, or, thank you for taking the time to speak with me, function as fixed polite expressions. These expressions are culturally recognized as respectful and professional. From a grammatical perspective, formal greetings often avoid contractions, use precise verb forms, and include polite modifiers. For instance, I am pleased to meet you sounds more formal than I'm happy to meet you. This difference illustrates lexical choice and syntactic completeness. In modern English, formality is flexible. Emails, video meetings, and presentations all allow slightly relaxed forms, but the core principles remain: clarity, respect, and grammatical accuracy. When learners understand this, formal greetings become natural tools rather than memorized scripts.
Daniel, when meeting someone for the first time in a professional setting, what formal greeting strategies should learners use to avoid sounding either too casual or too stiff?
First-time meetings are where formal greetings carry the most weight, Emma. A strong strategy is to follow a three-part structure: a time-appropriate greeting, a self-introduction, and a polite closing phrase. For example, good afternoon, my name is Daniel Miller. It's a pleasure to meet you. This sentence uses the simple present tense, which is standard for introductions, and a polite noun phrase that signals professionalism. To avoid stiffness, speakers should focus on natural intonation rather than complex vocabulary. Formal English does not require complicated words. It requires appropriate ones. Phrases like, thank you for meeting with me today, or I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, are grammatically simple but pragmatically effective. Titles also matter. Using Mr., Ms., or professional titles demonstrates awareness of social hierarchy, which is an important pragmatic feature of formal English. If unsure, learners should default to formality and adjust later. By combining grammatical accuracy, polite phrasing, and calm delivery, learners can greet others confidently without sounding rehearsed or unnatural.
Daniel, formal email greetings confuse many learners. How do modern professionals open emails politely without sounding old-fashioned?
Modern formal email greetings balance tradition and clarity, Emma. Common openings such as, Dear Ms. Collins, or Hello Daniel, are widely accepted. The word dear functions as a formal discourse marker, not an emotional expression. A frequent grammatical mistake is inconsistency in tone. Starting with hi and continuing with very formal language creates register conflict. Formal emails should maintain a consistent level of politeness, often avoiding contractions and slang. Precision matters. Correct capitalization, punctuation, and spelling reinforce professionalism. Closings such as kind regards or sincerely complete the formal structure. When learners understand email greetings as part of a broader written register, they gain control over professional communication.
Daniel, virtual meetings and online communication have become a major part of professional life. Many learners are unsure how to open conversations formally in video calls or online meetings. Could you explain how formal greetings should be handled in virtual settings and how they differ from face-to-face greetings?
That is a very relevant question, Emma, because virtual communication has introduced new expectations while preserving traditional standards of formality. In online meetings, formal greetings still serve the same purpose, establishing professionalism, clarity, and mutual respect. However, they also include situational awareness, which is a key pragmatic skill. In virtual settings, greetings often expand to acknowledge the environment. For example, phrases such as, "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the meeting today," combine a formal greeting with contextual politeness. Grammatically, this structure uses a compound sentence, linking greeting and purpose smoothly. Another common feature is the use of modal verbs to sound polite and cooperative. For instance, "Could we begin the meeting?" or "May I confirm that everyone can hear me?" These modal constructions reduce directness and increase politeness, which is essential in professional discourse. Unlike face-to-face greetings, virtual greetings frequently include turn management phrases. Expressions like, "Before we begin," or "I'd like to start by welcoming everyone," act as discourse markers, helping organize communication and prevent interruption. Despite the digital format, learners should still avoid overly casual language such as, "Hey everyone," or "Let's get started quickly." These phrases may sound rushed or informal. Instead, formal alternatives maintain authority and respect. In summary, formal greetings in virtual meetings adapt by acknowledging technology, using polite modal verbs, and maintaining structured language. When learners master this balance, they sound confident, modern, and professionally prepared.
Daniel, English is used globally, often between speakers from different cultural backgrounds. How important is cultural awareness when using formal greetings, and how can learners avoid misunderstandings in international communication?
Cultural awareness is essential in formal greetings, Emma, because language reflects social values as much as grammar. In international communication, English often functions as a lingua franca, meaning it connects speakers from diverse cultural backgrounds. As a result, learners must rely on neutral and widely accepted forms of politeness. Formal English uses indirect language to show respect. For example, "May I ask a question?" is more polite than "I want to ask something." This indirect structure employs modal verbs and softens the speaker's intention. In many cultures, directness may be normal, but in English professional contexts, indirectness often signals courtesy. Another important factor is the use of titles and names. Addressing someone as Mr., Ms., or by their professional title shows recognition of status and role. From a pragmatic perspective, this demonstrates awareness of power distance, a key concept in intercultural communication. Learners should also avoid culturally specific idioms or humor in formal greetings, as these can cause confusion. Instead, standard greetings such as "Good morning" or "It's a pleasure to meet you" function as universally intelligible expressions. By prioritizing clarity, neutrality, and polite grammar structures, learners reduce the risk of misunderstanding and build trust across cultures. Cultural sensitivity in greetings is not about perfection. It is about respect and adaptability.
Daniel, grammar and vocabulary are important, but delivery also matters. What role does confidence play in using formal greetings effectively, and how can learners develop it?
Confidence is a crucial element of effective formal greetings, Emma, because language is not only verbal but also paralinguistic, meaning it includes tone, rhythm, and pacing. Even a grammatically perfect greeting can sound ineffective if delivered hesitantly. From a linguistic standpoint, confident speakers maintain consistent sentence stress, emphasizing key words such as pleasure, thank you, or welcome. This controlled emphasis improves clarity and authority. For example, "Good afternoon. Thank you for meeting with me today," sounds professional when spoken with steady rhythm. Confidence also supports pragmatic competence. Speakers who feel secure choose appropriate phrases naturally and avoid overcorrection. Learners who lack confidence often pause excessively or restart sentences, which weakens formality. To build confidence, learners should practice greetings aloud, focusing on posture and breath control. Recording and reviewing speech helps identify pronunciation or pacing issues. Repetition strengthens both linguistic accuracy and psychological comfort. Ultimately, confidence allows formal greetings to sound authentic rather than memorized. It reinforces the speaker's professional identity and makes communication more effective.
Finally, Daniel, what practical advice would you give learners who want to master formal greetings and use them naturally in real-life situations?
Mastering formal greetings requires intentional practice and awareness, Emma. Learners should begin by observing how professionals greet others in real contexts such as interviews, conferences, and presentations. This exposure builds understanding of authentic register usage. Next, learners should develop a personal set of adaptable phrases. For example, expanding "good morning" into "good morning, it's a pleasure to speak with you" demonstrates lexical flexibility. This ability to modify expressions allows greetings to remain formal without sounding repetitive. Grammar remains foundational. Accurate verb tenses, correct sentence structure, and appropriate vocabulary prevent miscommunication. Learners should also pay attention to collocations, such as "take the time" or "extend a welcome," which are common in formal English. Most importantly, learners should remember that formal greetings are communicative tools, not performances. When used thoughtfully and consistently, they become natural expressions of professionalism. With practice, learners gain confidence and control, enabling them to navigate any formal situation successfully.